Let's go ahead and look at our homework now. So on our navigation pane, if we click on homework, we get a little thing that pops up. It says, do our homework assigned by our instructor. Now, if you notice, we're kind of late into the semester. We've got all of the homeworks are actually open and available. You won't actually see a homework until it's been opened or until it's been assigned. So since it's towards the end, all of their homeworks have been opened and assigned. You can see on the left, you can see when those are due. For them, all of these are all due at the same time at the end of the semester. Also, another important piece is these little flags. So if a flag is there, it's because there's some kind of prerequisite that we haven't met. So on this particular thing, you can see that we needed to score 100% on the course entry quiz, and we needed to score 100% on our MyLabs Plus orientation homework. So if you see these flagged, then you can look and see what it is you're missing, go back and finish those. That way you can actually take those assignments. This is homework number 1 for us. Now, when you open up a homework, you can see a full list of all of the problems. Our first homework has 100 and something problems in it. I can click on or navigate to any individual problem by just clicking on the problem that I want to go to. I'll just go ahead and start by clicking on question 1. One of the kind of user-friendly things that we have about this is instead of having to click on a problem, work that problem, go all the way back out to the full list, once you're actually inside the homework assignment, once you've opened up one problem, you can see across the top all these different little bubbles, and each bubble is a different problem. So I can navigate not just by having to go to each individual problem separately on a list, but I can also kind of go within the homework assignment. I can navigate around. I can click on a problem number like 7 or 8 here, or I can also use these arrows to the left and right to navigate left and right, uh, up or down a question number. Now you keep going. I get to 11. I could keep doing this. Now the outside double arrows, if you click on one of those, that'll skip to the next bunch of 10. So 21 to 30, 31 to 40, and so on. It skips around like that. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is I want to look at, let's say, an actual problem we want to work. So here's a pretty easy problem, just evaluating an expression with factorials. It's one that I've already done before, and I've got it right. And you can see that because I've got my little check mark above the number 33 that's highlighted here. So we're on problem 33, and our problem is check marked. Now I see that the correct answer, I can see that it's the correct answer. But let's say I want to work it again, or I want some more practice on this type of problem. In the bottom right, I can click this similar exercise button, and what it'll do is it'll generate a new problem for me. Well, this one actually, we got lucky. It actually generated the same problem, the same numbers. Okay, so I could answer that. I can type in, oh, I knew the problem was, the answer was 720. I could hit check answer, and indeed that was correct. Now, let's go ahead and hit similar exercise again. Hopefully we get something different. Okay, good. We get something different. Now I can try to get it right. Let's say that I've hit this problem. It's the first time I'm trying it, and I want to see how do I get it right. So maybe I'm confused, or maybe I just make a mistake in some way, and maybe I try the number 5. Maybe I think this is 5. Well, 5 is not the correct answer, and it's going to tell me that after I hit enter, and it's going to say, sorry, this is not correct, but here's a reminder about something about factorials, how to evaluate those expressions. So we could try that. If you notice, we got it wrong, but we still have the same problem. I get to try it again. Okay, so I'll try it again. Maybe it's a 6. Maybe I'm confident that the answer is a 6. And oh, see, actually, it was not a 6. I got it wrong again. So I have now missed the problem twice. So I'm looking at it, I've still got the same problem. And in fact, it'll keep doing this for 3 chances. So here's our third chance. Maybe it's a 4. I'll try that out. And it says no. So on the third time, it says this is not correct. This is what you typed in, and then here is what the actual correct answer was. So 2 factorial is in fact 2. And so we could have, had we put that in, we've got it correct. But instead we got it wrong. 3 times. So if you look at the top, I've actually got the little X on my problem to indicate that I have missed the points for it. If I look at the actual answer box where I would have typed in, I can see that it shows the correct answer. It's got the little red arrow in the top right to indicate that we have got it incorrect, and if I hover over it, it'll tell me what the last thing that I answered was. So let's hit similar exercise and let's see if we can get it right. Okay, so we actually got the same problem again. We know from before that that was 2 because 2 times 1 is in fact 2 by the definition of factorial. Okay, so let's say that I was stuck and I didn't really know what to do. On the right side, there's actually several different help features that are available to you. You can go through a help me solve this, which will take this exact same problem, whichever one you're working on, and it'll work through it step by step where you have to kind of enter in answers and pieces and parts along the way to kind of guide you towards what do you do to get to the correct answer. Or you could look at an example, and from the example, you can see someone else working out the problem. Uh, here's the original, here's the example they're going to show us, here's what they tell us about factorials. We can hit continue, and it'll tell us by definition this is what it is, and therefore we just multiply it out and get our number. It's also important to note that right here we could look at the textbook for this section or the video lecture on this particular topic, all from these help features. Okay, so we can, once we're confident with our problem, we can move on to another and solve it, and so on. Once we're done for the day, or at least done for our session, it's a pretty good practice to go ahead and save. Now, MyLabs Plus is really good about saving. It syncs up with the server quite well, but just for safety's sake, hitting save at the end is probably a pretty good idea.